We're here with Michael Sigmund of Precision Marine, and you've got a bunch of toys you brought to our booth. So why don't you tell us about something that is new to the market?
I sure will. Thank you for having me, Mark. Appreciate it. First, I'll focus on the skimmers. We offer a entry-level needle wheel skimmer called the Redline RL100. It includes the pump and the drain assembly and everything that's required to get it running. Something like this, a consumer could get into for less than a couple of $100 and have a great system for up to 100 gallons.
Oh, great. That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, real simple to install. It can be put together in literally 2 to 5 minutes up and running.
That's definitely in sump. Yeah,
definitely in some. We do offer external skimmers as well. It's outside of the Redline series, but we do offer them.
All right. And this?
This is a newer substrate reactor. Seems like the consumers are leaning more towards hang on the side models. So we wanted to kind of flex the machining skills, and it has a pretty trick plate at the bottom that disperses the water in a reverse flow pattern up through the sponge and has a grate at the top. That grate comes out with the collar, so you don't have to fight it to get it out. A lot of them don't. You have to reach in there and try to get that grate, but that's actually attached to that gray collar, making it very user-friendly.
What size tank would this be rated for?
Depends on the media that you're using, but somewhere up to around 100 gallons. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And how many gallons per hour would you shoot through it?
Depending on the media, the phosphate media requires a much lower flow rate, but somewhere in the heavier media, somewhere around 200 to 400 gallons an hour.
Okay,
yeah.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't come with a pump.
It doesn't come with a pump. Yeah,
right.
It's because we never know what the user's going to want to use it with. The next one is in our professional series. It's obviously much bigger.
Right.
That's called an SR55, and the 55 stands for 5.5-inch diameter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be for a much larger tank, and we'll use somewhere in the neighborhood of around 400 to 600 gallons an hour flow. It has a thermoform lower plate that redirects the water pattern.
Oh, yeah.
Up, and it's got a fixed plate as well.
All right.
That stays in place. So if you're using, any media, if there's sponges in there, it's not going to get past it.
Right.
So you'll never get any of that media in your pump.
Okay.
Water in the middle goes in and out as well here. We've used a larger output so you didn't have any vortexing or swirling. It just kind of spills out really easily.
Sure.
You bet.
And then finally, you have an overflow box
We
here?
have 2 overflow box models. One of the things that we didn't like about all the other overflow boxes is that they didn't have any way to strain. They always had plastic.
Right.
So we did a couple of things. In addition to the strainers, we also cut them at an angle so that it limits the amount of air bubbles that are created.
Nice.
So that you don't have that airlock happening inside.
Right.
Comes with a check valve, so it's really easy to prime, and it comes with a nylon standpipe and a pre-filter sponge ready to go.
Yeah.
Typical drain line is a 1-inch PVC, so all the drain hoses are pretty universal for 1.25-inch OD.
It looks like that would fit on something as small as a 29-gallon.
Absolutely, and in fact, you can take that intake and put it on a power head to keep the prime at all times.
Right.
Or you can,
You could use an aqua lifter.
You could do that too, yeah. But for the most part, if you're moving 400 gallons an hour through here,
yeah.
We designed it with the passageways being small enough to where it pulls all the air right out.
Okay.
So the larger one will handle about 800 gallons an hour. It has 2 drains. This is the single drain model.
Yes.
Of course, it has a way to, keep it
right.
level.
Let me hold it up here where people can see it.
Yeah, it keeps it level off the back of the tank.
Right, so it hangs correctly.
You bet.
And this is precisionmarine.com.
Yep.
So if people want to find out about the product, they go there.
You
but
bet.
If they want to buy it,
then we have a list of dealers there and a dealer locator. We're wholesale only. We have many dealers around the country that represent our line.
Right.
You bet.
And your warranties?
Everything is a year warranty. However, we don't really have warranty issues, and we've covered things way out of the warranty, even if they were mishandled.
Yes.
Yeah. As long as the customer pays for the shipping, we take care of business.
And are you based out of Houston?
We're not. We're actually in New Braunfels, Texas, which is somewhere in between Austin and San Antonio.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much.
Country.
Thank you so much for talking with us,
Thank you
and
very
enjoy
much.
the rest of the show.
Hey, you bet. Thanks.
All right. That was it.